Hello and welcome everyone. These days go by so freaking fast. I wonder, like, it started to approach something like 90% at this rate, how I start streams with the exact same sentence. But oh well. But yeah, it was weird waking up today and notice a lovely video posted by the Pokemon Company. So yeah, the Pokédex rating is officially at 1008 right now. And they went through the entire Pokédex part of, the new region on the finale of the video. And it was done neat. It looked really neat. You liked how it looked. I would have assumed that we would have got an announcement of a DLC or something, or like adding two to that, because it would make like sense that they would add at least two new Pokemon. Have it at 1010. We'd have 1010, and we already know two Pokemon that are gonna be in, since they have been, revealed in the games, and data miners seemingly have found out that the moves exist, so that means that they are real Pokemon. I was kind of hoping that that would have been like fight of fancy of some sort, but well, everything else in the books have been real, so they have to be as well. But I don't know. They are gonna be very confusing. I have a hunch. Like, if they just give us additional details that haven't been there to explain it, sure, thanks. But I have a hunch it's gonna just be utter confusion. But yeah, let's actually get into the game. The reason why I was like a tad late is because I was actually playing the Violet copy while watching a friend stream, so I lost the track of time there a bit. But yeah, so I have captured almost all. I think I'm only missing one version exclusive from this game already. Not counting the final one. That one, there should be no way. But yeah, freaking ghost dog is ghosting me. Is it actually there or not? Am I gonna be attacked by an invisible dog? I guess that one's disappeared, or is it is that one and it's just now running over there. Anyway, oh yeah, I did check last time that all the fights we did were not counted for this area, so that's why we aren't gonna get anything out of them right now. But yeah, so even though I have captured almost all version exclusives, on that one, and yes, I do mean capture, I did not trade them, I captured these version exclusives in Violet. And it was super goofy and funny how it worked. And it might be that that is just gonna be a buggy feature that's gonna remain in the game forever. And I kinda hope it does, because it's just funny. Oh, I forgot. The area for these phone calls tends to be quite wide. Yeah. Last remaining squad. Like, it is meant to be the last one, but I did leave the fighting one to be the last one in. Well, let's copy. And I doubt the order of these guys change anything, and at least I haven't seen really anything changing, so eh. Yeah, sure, you just hope that they come in the open, like, as a plan, that's just idiotic. If that would actually be the plan. Like, why is everybody going with that? And now, all of a sudden, my throat began to have like a tiny sting. Um, this happened way too fast. What the hell? Ugh. Annoying part of this time of year. You just tend to have small aches and like flu-like symptoms even when you don't have a flu. And especially after what's been happening in the past couple of years. People are really afraid and take notice of anybody having any sort of flu-like symptoms. Meanwhile, others are the exact opposite now, like angrily so. I've actually witnessed at a shop register line, not the one I were in, but the one like a few registers over, somebody sneezed, and it seemed like it was due to just something, just a sudden smell. I know that somebody was spraying some sort of freaking I don't know, was it a deodorant or a perfume, but something, and then somebody else sneezed, and then there were like old people around that person who sneezed, and they were like visibly scared, and you could hear the gasp from multiple of them, and they like just kept staring at the person who sneezed, and this happened like a couple of months ago, by the way, like just beginning of Christmas sales, and yeah, people were vividly scared, and then someone younger than the old people who were scared, but older than the young person who sneezed, got vividly angry at the person who sneezed. Like, why do you like cover your? I remember I need to translate this. So he was like vividly angry and said, "Why are you so timid about you sneezing? Just do it in the open. Like people either survive or die. I don't care. It's not that your sneeze is anything to fear." And I got vividly angry to that person, even though that person wasn't specially covering or acting that differently, except seemingly embarrassed after that sneeze, because she noticed that people around her got scared. But yeah, that interaction was such a weird chain. One thing after another of nonsensical things. But yeah, I did a recording there, so that's why I had to go off screen for a moment. Oh, I never seen them, actually that close to the ground. That is actually quite frightening in a way. But yeah, I'm thinking that maybe we'll do like a couple of fights before going in. As yeah, Kilowatt could use some evening out, possibly. I can imagine that working in a Pokemon Center in this region would be quite hell. Like, you would be constantly in open outdoors, you would be in the service industry, and you could be who knows fuck where. Like, those mountain Pokemon, like Pokemon Centers for instance, you are in like skin revealing uniforms outside for hours and hours on end. Freaking blizzards? No. No, thank you. And the fact that mostly you would be serving kids. Like, kids that we beat up. Or... and most likely get beaten up in fights constantly. And then very arrogant adults as well. Because yeah, most, and I do mean it, most adults, like NPCs in Pokemon games, if you beat them, they get butthurt about it. It's gotten better, but it is still definitely a thing. Double edge, ow! Sheesh. That actually hurts. Yeah, I think when actually going in, I'm gonna put Conical in front, just so we can actually, like, finally try the stone method. It's a bug, so pluck its eyes out. And talking about plucking, I got super lucky. Yeah, take the word pluck, remove one thing and it becomes luck. Anyway, so I was super lucky today. I actually scored a spot in the draft tomorrow. That thing has been, you know, fully stocked ever since like last Friday. And now there was an opening. So I'm actually gonna get the draft. But I fear maybe they don't actually have the product or something. Because back home I have found that they haven't received the product yet, for instance. Yeah. Only if I would have known things from in advance, I would have actually gone home this weekend, right there. But I knew it way too late to start arranging things. Plus, the plan was to go home next weekend, like next week's weekend anyway. And now I have discovered that I actually get a ride, which will make things way more convenient and half the price. Well, more than half. Like, actually, it's pretty much like almost 1/3 the price. Now that I think of it, even though now the train company says that you get tax-free this month, but they raise the prices, so the price is still the same. Yeah, suddenly there is just no tax. And yeah, how given you don't take the tax from the customers for a single month? Even if they would not have raised the prices, that would not have been fuck all in the end. Because the tax is just put on top of the price. The company never pays it. We as customers have to pay it. So, in essence, they just raised up the prices. When you think about it, it's disgusting. And I don't know why were they giving the exempt to even, you know, be tax-free for a month. And they have spent an insane amount on advertising. There is like millions of tapings, like new tapings in the train station saying tax-free. Like clearly copied from cruise lines, but done in their own style and all. It looks stupid, and I bet there are drunken people going in or out of train stations now on a Friday, completely wasted, and they're like, why are we in Estonia? That's where you see those tapings. Like, oh, like that's the only place where you actually see that kind of tapes anymore. In the cruise lines themselves, or in like the, I don't know how to call it, because it's not actually international, so it technically should not be tax-free, but they still have tax-free stores in the freaking place after passport check, but before the boat. So you're in the tunnels, not the tunnels, but tubes in between. And yeah, for some reason they just have a lot of tax-free shops. And not a lot, it's always, you know, one, and it's just alcohol, but all of them have it, so that way there is many of them. So there are many tubes because many ships. And all demand alcohol without taxes. Yeah, that is the reason why people go to Estonia from here a lot, to get cheaper booze. But nowadays that's not even enough. They go to the neighboring countries. So like now the average used to be that a family takes a trip on a bus that has like loads of other families on a bus. That bus just drives to a cruise. Over there, people have cabins where they sleep the night. Next day, the bus leaves from the ship, goes to Super Alco. Sometimes a shopping mall that really just have exactly the same store as there is over here. But I guess they just count it as being a cheap program or something. So, yeah. I did used to love that, because in Estonia they had a lot of things not available here, even though it didn't make any sense, like, to this day, how like the products don't reach up here, yet they were sold over there even during the Soviet times. It's like, huh? Anyway, so finding things that I could not get here, it was fun still. But yeah, so and then the boat goes back, the bus goes back into the boat, people and the alcohol. Another night is spent on the boat, and then the bus reaches the country and we drops off people one by one where they got to it. No, that used to be the average trip. And yeah, there were no, you know, actual family time or exciting things, so a very bad trip for the family in essence. It's mainly just parents wanted to get cheap alcohol, and those kind of things were cheap, and it usually didn't cost any extra for having like extra people aboard, so that's why the kids were usually brought in as well. And I wasn't actually looking. Dang it. So yeah. But now, for like a couple of years, it has changed that the trip remains exactly the same otherwise, except many have skipped the Super Alco part and instead take a taxi or another kind of service in Estonia to go cross the borders to one of the neighboring countries, get the alcohol from there, bring it to Estonia, where it's put into the bus, and then take it over here. God damn it. Oh people's alcohol dependency. And I know the price difference is insane, but still, going through all that effort, and from what I've seen of the prices, like, I understand for it, like, going into Estonia and getting the alcohol from there. Like, that price difference is insane. But then, going countries over, in addition to that, the amount of extra expensive and time spent is so insane, I could not accept it. And the reason why I usually went on those trips, other than the rare times when I actually did get to visit that one shopping mall, was that they also sold soda in the supermarket. Like, unsurprisingly, they were sold as mixers. But soda was like even cheaper than the alcohol in comparison. And I usually got tiny bit. It's something, but I got something. And if I weren't there, I would not have gotten anything. And even on the rare occasions when I did, I usually end up getting something wrong. Like Fanta. I don't want to get Fanta. Especially not in cans. Like, there are flavors of Fanta that are actually good and I would enjoy. But it's insanely pricey over here, so I never would. But Fanta drinks, they have the tendency of being used as stomach medicine. Especially the original Jaffa. That's the one, if you need to puke, you should be drinking. It actually makes all of the procedure helpful. So that's a tip. If you have a stomach bug or some other reason why you need to be puking, drink Jaffa. It really helps the process, like, all the way. I'm not gonna go into details how, because that's not something many would want to listen to, but just trust me on it, that the procedure gets easier. You'll thank me later. And yeah, I was a bit miffed that this area was a tad larger on the beginning as well. I want to get the item first. I'm not sure. Oh, I see. Ugh. And why is that information not supposed to be given? And if they have a wall and they're trying to keep people out, shouldn't they know that that the area is out of bounds? I guess that follows. No, I will not. Okay, I will set my affairs. So I could not leave. I was going away. Screw it. I was just about to write my will. So if I happen to die for some reason, you would get some compensation of the beating you are about to receive. So let's vote switch. Why are you tormenting me? That is quite rude. Yeah, the issue is that I don't have anything, actually good to send against any of these guys. But we have a banger of a tune. I can't believe how Pokemon games have just increasingly gotten the OST better and better and better. And that was a thing I thought that could not be achieved. Like, it's gonna do that well in a high of a level that I just end up listening to the new songs all over and over and over and over again, and gonna skip on the old. It's going more and more into that. It disappeared. Oh yeah, no, stop. I forgot that Torment works like that. Because nobody uses freaking Torment. Psychic. Next thing you're gonna say what I was thinking. I'm just making this fight feel like an actual fight. Let it go on for a couple of turns, you know. Give them the illusion that they are doing something. Meanwhile, I just heal my Pokemon all the way back to full. After all the actions. Imagine if I put Elite Seed on as well. I would be going through 4 layers of healing every turn. Fine, let's finish this. Oh! Well. Well, I don't think the battle skill is any better. It's just the fact that they just have more Pokemon than you. And why does the old man say hasta la vista as well? Yeah, like it's very understandable that you say it, but the fact that the old man did as well doesn't make any sense. Especially when we will learn things about the man later on. Well, not that late. It's gonna be just one pause away, because yeah, I do want to cut off the recording. Like the fairy theming here and all, it feels very mixed. Very mixed. It is time. But you know what time it's also? Me cutting off the recording. So, while you guys aren't seeing, because I do want Karnak to be the one starting. I was thinking, who else should be in the top 3? It shouldn't make that big of a difference, but... So yeah, we're putting Karnak in the top. You know what, we'll change Arboliva and Hillalape. I might summon Arboliva in the fight at some point. I have to use Skeletor at some point as well, I just know it. Because I have a hunch that the fight is gonna go south comparatively to what it did in the Violet copy. Since I just don't have like type advantage. My team does kinda suck in comparison here. but I still like it too much. I don't want to change anything. It's a very annoying combination. I've just been sent a interesting video, which I assume it's gonna have the information on it, which I already know. But I most likely will watch it. But yeah. So hopefully the freaking OBS is ready. Yeah, I think OBS is ready. So let's start the new recording and let's go in. Yeah, constellations and naming of things have something in common. I only noticed it, like, I think it was in this cutscene, but remember, this was the second to last cutscene. And I actually had to do some Googling to put things together. I'm very bad with names, but I did notice something. Googling just spoiled it for me. I would not have known it fully due to my name memory being horrible. Oh, I haven't seen... Like, yeah, I've seen Jigglypuffs floating all of the time, but I've not seen a Raccoon floating. Makes sense, it's an evolution after all, but it just feels like it should be way more heavier and not that floaty. Although I've never checked its weight in the Pokédex or anything. But this feels overall weird seeing. I'm doing badly. It's taking me a bit over a minute to complete this. Well, I have a hunch that there is some sort of weird like speed track, way track to do this in freaking under 30 seconds. 34. I didn't get to my record. One away. I should have maybe gone a bit forward and summoned my Pokemon from afar, like in the middle of those ranks. And yeah, this car looks just horrible, as does the flag. Meanwhile, the outfit isn't that bad. Fairy types tend to be about assholery. Not kidding. Like, fairy types tend to have OP tricks. And yeah, it's still hard to get used to the fact that Azumarill is a fairy type. But that's the reason why it's a freaking all-star and insanely good at, you know, in raids now. Oof! Oof! That hurts. Oopsie! Yeah, you used a move that's good against me. I even forgot that you have a freaking water type. I have put up the rocks. That was my goal. Then, switch. Why? You're too high up. I can't do anything about that. Yes, I'm using a bird and I can't do anything. because that's where we just bounced too high up in the air. Pokemon logic, everyone. So this will be the first time we actually have rock set up from the outset. And let's see how much they will work for us. Yes, we could have. Yes, yeah, even this we could have. It's standing on the car, it's not floating. And that wasn't much at all. Roost. Ow, that was a body blow, body blow. I should watch that episode again. It's been a long while. Ha! You missed! Let's do more discharge. And you paralyzed. Yeah. Ow. Not my attack. Guess I could do some more roosting. And you know, the playstyle I'm currently doing is like what you would usually expect from people that are fairy types. Like you just do all sort of trickery. Oi! I'm running out of PP. Stop doing that. But the paralyze actually keep you paralyzed once in a while. For God's sake. Fine, finish it. Maybe I will learn to talk. Maybe I will eventually learn how to talk. Wouldn't that be an interesting thing to hear? Ugh, it is the disgusting creature. Yeah, you're gonna switch out. Switching moves are fun. But who do we send out? I don't know what is actually that effective against it. You know what? Even though it's burned, it is not a fire type, so... No, I have not seen a single actually adorable Pokemon yet. Oh, I just noticed that I actually did a lot with the Stealth Rocks there. And now I'm negating some of the progress. Whoops. How about... Ow! Stop it! You're not playing fair, you're playing rough. And that actually worked on more levels than it should have. Why did I spend all my good material yesterday in somebody else's stream? Oh. That's usually the thing. I have the best things ever and actually funny things when I'm not the one streaming, and especially when nobody is. Okay, let's see this vehicle. Ow. That hurt. Yeah, this will not be a good combination. Oh, so it has special protection. I see, I see. This will not be good. I will end up just, you know, healing them more than I'm healing myself. Yeah, this will be bad. That just made it disappear. Okay, that was way more effective than I would have thought. So Arboliva would actually survive if they would miss. But that's not what happened. And now there are seeds again, which will mean that the Star Mobile will heal again. Maybe I should take off the kid gloves and just torch its ass. I will not give my opponent the satisfaction of getting more of my Pokemon down. And no, I will not terrestrialize. Oh no. This might be bad. Yes, it is continuing. Ow. And it bit its tongue. Meanwhile, this heal. Rollad! Yeah, and that's gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger, so... This could even be it. Up, close. Yeah, Starter in comparison to everything else, a bit too powerful. So it is now or we hit ourselves in confusion. Nope. That's it. I was expecting to at least see one additional Rollada, but nope. The visible anger, like the shake. That's where the true anger lies, not the hitting the cane. And oh, they said heck in my Pokemon game. They did it again. Oh, I didn't even remember that there was cussing in the game. Yeah, powered by Charcadets. Like, how many Pokemon do they actually put to become a freaking a single engine piece? Because from those numbers, we know that there has to be at least 5. I would still take the cash though. Yeah, like use the cash to make it moving, you know. Yeah, that shouldn't be easy. If something is powered by 2 Charcadets, wouldn't the easy idea to add more Charcadets? But that's the thing. You can't train up the Charcadets to evolve. They evolve with an item. So that just shows that she doesn't know her stuff whatsoever. Maybe if she stayed in school, she would know. I'd say I was very lazy in that battle. Me. No, I'm immediately gonna wipe the pads to the ground and smear it with mud. That's what it deserves. Dazzling Gleam, it's an okay. Actually, it is quite good, but meh. Didn't have anyone to use it. Because there is a very good reason why I don't want somebody to do, you know, a powerful flash. Because the last time when that happened.
And then the sword of frost and Armageddon's blade clashed. A blinding flash.
Yeah, so you might see why I'm against against doing it. Distant equivalents, yes, sure. Sure. Like, a rich kid would definitely want to join a gang and not be the leader. For, you know, learning something new. But, like, here we see like the least real and, you know, the totally fake member of the group. The rich kid never gets bullied. Yeah, people might bully the rich kid behind their back, but nobody bullies the rich kid. Because everybody just tries to bother up the rich kid. Even young kids understand that money gets the stuff. And if they are friends of somebody whose parents have a lot of money, they might get stuff as well. And I have, like, sadly not actively, because there were a rich kid in, like, the lower grade school where I was. Like, when I was in the lower grades. But we were not in the same class, so I was not actively there. I in essence even could not be friends with that kids, because all friendships in that school were all like in class. Yes, there were so little interaction with anybody outside of your class ever. So everything was timed that way. It was weird. But I could see that, like, when we had sports where the classes were combined, yeah, people were bothering up with the rich kid. And then the verse happened as well, and then I did hear that there were, you know, the adults of the kids were actually trying to enforce that, hey, be friends with that rich kid, so they would get invited to parties. And seemingly that did happen for a while. I guess there was a falling out or something. Yes. In the upper grades, the rich kid wasn't that rich anymore, from what I understood. Nobody just didn't know how, like, know why. But this just happens to be a country where if you're rich, like, if you get rich, you don't stay rich. There will be always something to just take it all from you. But of course there are rich people, but they didn't become rich, they started rich. There's a big difference. They are the people saying that no, there is definitely nobody in this country that doesn't make under 300,000 grand a year. And they somehow actually believe that. How? Like, I would want to see, like, what kind of country it would actually be if everybody in it would make at least minimal 300,000 a year. and it has to be euro equivalent. Don't go into saying that rubles or yen. That doesn't count. But yeah, I could imagine that shit would be so maddening more expensive. To the extent that maybe the quality of life wouldn't be that much different to like most people at all. But yeah. $20,000. Woohoo. But where did you go and get those stuff? I would have thought I wanted to know that meeting. Yep, it's time to get the big boss. Where is the big boss? Bum bum bum. Who didn't see this coming? Clive. For fuck's sake. Right moment never came. Yeah, sure, definitely not. You could have freaking just started with that. Like, all of this would have made much more sense if you just started with that. Oh, Team Star, I created them. They used to be my friends, but oh, this went to shit. Help me disband them. Maybe I can get them to go back into their senses. But yeah, after dark. And then you'll wonder, do we actually have to go in the schoolyard and just wait until it's dark? Or will it just automatically become dark when we get there? Because yeah, during this cutscene now, it is dark. But when we exit this cutscene, it could very well be sunlight again. But yeah, it is like the director, I mean Clive said, we need to prepare. And let's finally get this item that's been taunting me. It's just a great ball. Just a freaking great ball. Well, out to recording. Let's save. And yeah, I can't see anything. Recording software is actually rendering it for a second now. It rarely happens, but eventually even the program itself needs to like go dark. There's a lot of people talking about, well, a lot of people talking lots about current Blood Bowl happenings. A new league have started. There have been so many games already. In the previous thing, we had like, was it 2 or 3 weeks that you had time to do one game? But now it's like, you can do your games whenever. So there have been like game. Earlier today there were 3 games going on at once, for example. I so far have done 1, and I do want to plan out that at maximum I would want to do 1 per week. Yes, I know there will be people that will drag this on for long anyway, and I want to pace the games out. So yeah. I do have the next game, you know, timed already. I just don't know will it actually happen or not. Oh yeah, now that I start to memorize. The option was either next Tuesday and then the weekend, but was the weekend this weekend or the next weekend? Because if it was this one, well, I could make that work, but if it was the next one, yeah, then we have an issue. But hopefully the Tuesday does work. I wonder, is OBS ready? OBS is definitely not ready. Sorry. I hate to make the stream pause like this and do it multiple times, but there is so many, you know, specific events happening on this specific stream that it is necessary. And yeah, hopefully OBS gets a update that reduces how much it, you know, hogs resources and maybe fixes a leak. Like, it hasn't done that now for a while, but I have a hunch that next week it's gonna happen again. Like, it's been now a whole week of streams where it hasn't happened. It has to happen next week, like, guaranteed. I can't believe it would happen on 2 weeks in a row. But then again, it's been multiple weeks in a row where the stream itself gets cut at some point because it just loses connection. It gets it back immediately, but it takes... I guess we are fine now. But it always takes a moment to actually roll things over. And the stream will always be in 2 parts, which is super annoying. I do want to train up my Pokemon, just to make things a bit more smoother. But how do I even do that? Or do I just actually advance on things and have them train that way? Because the main issue is that we have one Pokemon that has not evolved yet. Octipax, I have no idea what their ability even will be when they evolve, if it will change whatsoever, and when they are supposed to evolve. That I don't know either. There's a Raiden up there, but if I get distracted on everything again, it's gonna take more than 2 weeks to actually finish up the game. Because yeah, this I will do later. I do want to see how much it will change if I do this after I done everything else. Meaning we have beaten Cassiopeia and we have completed the Pokemon League. And coincidentally, both things just happen to be, you know, in the main city, at the schoolyard, chilling and playing card games. that would be an interesting concept, actually. Like, have a card game in a Pokemon game, but not make it be, you know, the Pokemon TCG. Yes, I fear that they don't want to alienate people and change it, so they haven't, you know, done it. Meanwhile, pretty much all other games have. But all those other games don't have a card game that's going on inside them, so they don't need to fear risking alienating audience and making things confusing for bystanders. But I would love that there would be like some sort of small thing, or maybe some sort of mini game that would actually be fun. You know, like Splatoon 3 now has the card game. It has taken a lot of my attention overall. And I know I'm not the only one. I bet they would have expected more to it, but still. So let's save and let's go. I don't remember at all what the levels are. Either I do or I don't. Don't say sub. And yeah, I will always say director. But I just said your real name. It's not a reveal. You didn't deceive anyone. When in reality, he did actually deceive everyone, but... No. Like, I should have said no way just to see that, but I can't. It's so stupid, I can't. That's impossible. Like, yeah, that wouldn't be impossible, but the story wouldn't make any sense if you were Cassiopeia. It's just obvious. But they would have dramatic music on this and all if it would be true. Like, this is... Come on. This is not deceiving anyone. But we are actually fighting the director. Does beating your school's principal's ass get you expelled automatically? Just asking for a friend. Ow. Hehehe. Rocky helmet go brrr. What was the levels again? Yeah, I'm 10 level under. I don't like this. No, not the horrid yawn. Archibald will fall asleep soon. It is not good. But yeah, the levels were... Like, his levels are higher than I remembered. I might act like I maybe should pop in some candies after this. So yeah, I'm doing the legit switch, so I'm actually switching. I'm playing as this would be set, so that's why I don't switch when they switch, because that's against the rules of set. Blizzard, please go bankrupt. Free your IPs. Boom. Yeah, Skeletorch will handle everything, but I shouldn't make Skeletorch handle everything. But now that I've started the steamroll, I don't know, do I want to even stop? Because this just gets more and more effective the more I use it. And if I switch out, I'm gonna lose it. And they just... Why do they make this easier for me? Let's reduce their defense. While I will just keep on upping my attack. And oh, that wasn't a one-hit KO. They survived. They survived. We'll make it all one-hit KO. We need to up those numbers. Ow! Okay, that was unexpected. I was expecting it to hurt a lot, but I was expected to, you know, survive from that. Oh, I'm not on fire. Angry monkey, go! Boom! Among Us, you say? Well, I will not tolerate a freaking shroom. in our crew. Ow. The bad thing is I don't have anything that's actually that good against it, but I don't want to switch out yet. Damn it, I was hoping to get to the... Yeah, I should have just remained with the attack what I was doing. Oh, that was enough, but... Angry Monkey is paralyzed. Bad shroom. Lore-wise, Houndoom is even more horrendous than it looks. The fact that everything says that its flames will keep burning forever, like you will feel the pain forever. And like that's been there since the very beginning. And you're supposed to, you know, like it? Like as a Pokemon? It's just a Hellhound. And I will send it back to hell where it came from. Yeah, at least this levels up my gang a bit. Ooh. Outrage would be very flavorful, but I would be stuck with it. That's the issue. Yeah, no. Nope. Ah, yes. Quaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaquaqu Yeah, somebody needed to get the starter we didn't choose, so... Salt Cure... But what type did it... Did it remain a water type? I don't remember. I guess it does. Yes, it does. The issue we have here is that it's gonna keep increasing its speed. What do you mean? If I take a step back, this fight is gonna end. Yep, the speedening begins. Ow. I could not get my good attack in. Because that would have actually been effective against it. It's part of the effect of the attack. Well, it's their last Pokemon and I have 2 Pokemon that are good type-wise against it, so... Oh, of course you know Ice Spinner. And you know that the Ice Spinner is gonna be effective against my 2 Pokemon that's gonna be good against it. So this might end up in a disaster. Because it's gonna outspeed me. And it's definitely out-leveling me. Whoa. Only if I had something that good to actually recover with, because this is not gonna... Whoa! That wasn't even a crit. I was so underleveled. Did it have 0 defense? The fuck? Okay. I didn't expect that to happen, but it just did. Show up, this is fine. This is just fine. Oh, you aren't? I'm so shocked. But for some reason that is what we need to do, no matter what. So why is that kid cheering this for nothing? Or is that some sort of training regime? But you aren't the one giving me this. Also, what the hell was that? You saw that weird black circle that's getting smaller and smaller? What was it? Some sort of shadow error, but from what and why and huh? Yeah, he would get more than just fired from this. Yeah, how are you planning to explain that? And yeah, that's interesting way to talk to your superior still. And oh, we have the thing. We have the weird shadow again. It's there. But nothing's happening to it. It's like it's taunting us. It knows that we know that it exists now. And it is just gone. What is it? But anyway. Oh! I didn't actually check. My team is healed. Yeah, they healed my entire team after that. Interesting thing to see. And quite nice. In a way. Because now I can just keep going immediately. I don't need to go back down the steps to a Pokemon Center and heal, but then again, it feels very unflavorful because there was not supposed to be any time for that. But yeah, I was thinking taking a tiny break here. It's already been an hour and I do need a tiny break. It might turn out to be a actual size break, but I will call it a tiny break regardless, so I will tap out of the game and yeah, I will be back in a minute or two.
Governor Militant Alexander's naming of his capital proved highly premature, as Victory Bay saw his troops broken and slaughtered by the powers of chaos. Eliphas the Inheritor led an unholy procession through the streets of the shattered city, his cultists shouting out terrible supplications and gathering up the dead and wounded. These unfortunates were brought before the great Hellstorm cannon that had formed the center of the Imperial defense. Eliphas's sorcerers, Amphion and Zathus, then performed a terrifying ritual using these rotting corpses as their sacrifice. With their dark words, the demon of plague and rot, bound into the cannon during the Horus Heresy, awoke anew. The word-bearers celebrated this day as that when their new